Welcome to Let's Talk. I'm Darlene, and we have a beautiful sunny afternoon today, and I have a great guest. I'd like to welcome Dr. Carey Williams to the show, and I love what we're going to talk about. Tell us a little bit about what you're doing, and you're with Rutgers and everything that's going on.
Yeah, so I'm what's called an equine extension specialist at Rutgers. So I work with a lot of people in the industry, specifically the horse industry, because that's what we're here to talk about today is horses. I work at Rutgers University. I teach students, I teach farmers, and I do a little research in the meantime as well.
Oh, what do you teach farmers besides the horses?
Well, it's primarily to do with horses, but I help them with their pasture management. My main goal is nutrition, proper nutrition for horses. So I help a lot of people with their nutrition as well.
And I'm really excited about this because she picked one of our rescue horses to be in the program, which is Robbie. And last year we had Dreamer. We rescue horses from slaughter, and she takes many rescue horses. So tell us a little bit about the program this year.
Yeah, so the program is called the Rutgers University Teaching Herd, which is the Ruth Herd is what we call it. So you'll hear me talk about the Ruth Herd a lot. So about 5 years ago, myself, along with a retired faculty member, Dr. Sarah Ralston, started the program looking at working with rescues like yourself, like Forgotten Angels, to get in horses for a short period of time. We usually get the horses in for about 3 months. And what we do is we are teaching novice students. Some of them never touched horses before. They knew nothing about horses.
Because they were so great by the time they got to the show.
Yeah, and it is funny. So a lot of people think, like, how did these students over a course of 5 to 6 weeks actually really get that good? Well, we take a lot of the really experienced students, so students that have learned and know a lot about horses. They help me teach all of our younger students, or maybe not even younger, but just more inexperienced students. So we need really good horses, such as Robbie, to help us with the program. So right now in the Ruth program, we've got 9 horses. We've got 4 of them that are permanent horses at Rutgers. So they stay at Rutgers year-round. They help us teach all of our handling classes, if we need to bandage a horse or learn how to do vaccines, that sort of thing. They help with that.
And they're all so calm. I met them. They're amazing.
Really good.
I mean, everybody has to come out and see these horses, and we'll talk about the big Ag Day a little bit later, but I love it. So now, did they start the classes yet, or they're just about to start the classes?
They're just about to start. So we're right in the middle of March. Spring break's coming up. Right after spring break, we have all of our students are going to start. So I've got 18 students with the 9 horses. They pair up on all the horses. And I've got 17 supervisors.
Wow.
So it's a lot to finagle. So we pair everybody together, and Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, they're working with their horses. Each horse gets worked once a day, every day during the week. And they learn everything from the basics of brushing and grooming, handling, and then later too, like you said, we'll talk about at the very end, there's a big horse show.
And then they did braiding. I couldn't believe it. They had a little, you're going to see pictures in a little while. They had a little halflinger of ours, and she looked so pretty. I can't believe they braided like that. It was amazing. Yeah. And these girls, and I guess, are there ever any guys? Or
there are. There's actually, we've got one guy this year that is in the class, and we've got one guy this year who is one of our supervisors.
That's great. But they didn't know anything, and they learned how to braid these horses and show the horses. It's just really amazing. And I think we're going to have some pictures of the horses in a little while. But explain to everybody, how do you select the horses?
So it's a process. I work with our farm manager, Joanne Powell is her name, and we have a new faculty member, Dr. Sarah Malone. We go out usually in not November, usually around January.
You came out in the freezing snowstorm to see ours.
And we've actually had to reschedule because of the snow. But we'll go to the different rescues. First, I'll send an email and I say, hey, do you have any that are appropriate? Because really what we look for a good attitude. You know, I don't want any rank or rogue horses that aren't going to want to be worked with. So I really look that they're calm, they have good disposition. They don't necessarily have to know anything, but in the case of Robbie, he's already been ridden. He's good to ride, he's good to catch, really good to lunge. So, you know, they've been...
And I have to mention here that Robbie and many of our horses, they come from what you call slaughter kill pens. These are horses that are getting ready to ship to slaughter, and most of them, there's nothing wrong with the horses. They are beautiful. Some become show horses, you know, and Robbie was one of them. He was injured. It wasn't a serious injury. He had a terrible abscess, but we got him right before he was going on there, and now look what a wonderful horse he's become.
Oh, he's been so good. So yeah, there's a couple other rescues other than Forgotten Angels that we work with. I've got one horse from Helping Hearts Equine Rescue, and I've got 2 horses from Saddlebred Rescue up in North Jersey, as well as After the Races, which is a thoroughbred adoption.
Wonderful.
They take off the track thoroughbreds, and we have a young off the track horse
Now you have a
this year
pony.
as
Who's
well.
the pony?
So the pony is Skeeter, and actually I think we might even have a picture of Skeeter. They'll pull it up. Skeeter's a quarter horse pony cross. Yep, there's Skeeter.
Oh, there's Skeeter.
He's
so
from
cute.
Helping Hearts Equine Rescue, and he's been great to work with. He's also been used, he's a first level dressage horse.
Wow.
He's evented, so he's actually really looking for his forever home too,
Right.
just like Robbie is.
Oh,
and
this is
actually while
great.
we're at it, we can pull up a picture of Robbie. I've got a couple of pictures, of course, of Robbie, since Forgotten Angels is your rescue.
There's Robbie, our rescue.
Yep, so Robbie's got a cute little blanket on. So Robbie's an Arabian cross. We think saddlebred
I think
cross?
Arabian saddlebred by the way he picks his feet up and he runs.
He's a beautiful mover. He's got a really good attitude. You'll see, actually, this is a video here of one of the girls doing what's called a turn on the forehand.
Oh,
and
how
this is one of the
cool.
movements that they're going to use in the horse show.
I love it.
And look, this is literally like only our second or third
he
time
never
of
did
working with him.
anything
And
like
he's
that
never done
before.
anything like this. And look at him. He's so good already.
That's amazing. And he's up for adoption as well as some of the, and I also wanted to mention, you did have horses before from Standard Bred Rescue too.
Yes.
Which is great.
Yeah, 2 of our permanent horses right now are standard breds. They used to be used in research, and I can talk a little bit later about some of the research that we do at
sure.
Rutgers. But in the past, I've had horses from the Standard Bred Retirement Foundation. I've also had some from the Arabian Rescue Mission.
Wonderful.
So I've had some Arabians and some other horses from them as well. I really, we don't, pick and choose our rescues. We more pick and choose the horses.
Well, and you have such a good variety too, because like last year when we went to the show, you had one of everything, including a pony. Mine, a fat little halflinger pony.
Yeah. So we try to have different horses from different rescues and try to have different breeds because, like I mentioned, a lot of our students come in, they don't really know about horses. So we want to give them a big variety of different horses and different behavior types and things like that that they can work with.
Now, are these general students or are any of them going to be veterinarians? What are they mostly studying?
So that's a great question because a lot of the students in our program are pre-vet students.
Oh,
so
okay.
we deal a lot with the pre-vet side, but we've got a bunch of different majors. We've got equine specific majors, we've got companion animal, we've also got lab animal, so in production animal. So we've got the 5 different specializations within the animal science major.
That's really great.
So they're not always horse kids and they might not always go to vet school.
Sure.
But most of the students in the class are animal related in some way.
Well, I
and
guess
they want to do
have
something
like
with animals.
the animals, you know.
Exactly.
Tell us a little bit about the meet and greet that you're having in Ag Day.
Yeah. So on April 30th, if anybody has time and would like to come see more of the horses and interact with the students, we have what's called a Ruth Horse Meet and Greet. So from 3 o'clock to 5 o'clock up on the Rutgers University Cook campus, that's in New Brunswick, we're going to have a meet and greet. So it's just really informal. We'll be talking with the students. We'll be talking with the supervisors. I'll do a demonstration. Forgotten Angels is going to be there. And I'm trying to get some of the other rescues to come as well. Because if you're interested in adoption, you can talk with the rescues. Rutgers doesn't do any of the adoption. We leave that up to you guys, the experts. And you can come interact. We also really, really need sponsors for these horses.
We do. Tell them about how to sponsor a horse and how you do that.
Yeah, so, and I can even mention why we need sponsors, because, you know, we have the 4 permanent horses at Rutgers, and they're fully funded, and we can cover them, but these extra horses that we get in, and this year we have 5, it costs us $250 a month to care for these horses, and that's in the feed, the labor, the veterinary care, the farrier care, nothing emergency related,
Right.
That's just the basics, for 3 months. So a sponsorship, $750 to help us care for these horses. So right now I've got 2 of our saddlebreds that are sponsored, but I really need 3 more sponsors.
Right.
Robbie really needs a sponsor.
Sure.
Skeeter, the little pony, needs a sponsor. And I also have Spree, and we can even pull up a picture, I think, of Spree. She's our thoroughbred from the After the Races thoroughbred adoption. She really needs a sponsor as well.
I think
So-
she'll come up probably in the next segment.
Probably.
Spree is spreeing around right now. But now, if they want to sponsor a horse, would they contact you?
Absolutely. So yeah, we can put up my email. It's carey.williams@rutgers.edu. And you can see there's my email. Contact me directly and I can give you all the information. Rutgers is, it can be a tax write-off for a 501c3.
Oh, that's wonderful.
So yeah, you can definitely get a tax write-off. Other things you get, my students will write you letters, we'll send you pictures. Your information will be on our Facebook page, because we do have the Ruth Horse Facebook page. So you can even just search that into your Facebook for Ruth or the Rutgers University Teaching Herd. And you can get little profiles of all the horses. And
Sure.
the students always post little videos and things every time
Oh,
they
I know. I
do
love
something
it. It's
neat.
great. Well, hold that thought. We'll be right back. We're going to take a very short break, and we'll be right back talking all about Rutgers and this wonderful program.
Shelter dogs aren't broken. They've simply experienced more life. If they were human, we would call them wise. They would be the ones with tales to tell and stories to write. The ones dealt a bad hand who responded with courage. Do not pity a shelter dog. Adopt one.
Say we've got grit, and we'll take it as a compliment. Because it's our uncommon drive, our spark within, that brings us together and sets us apart. We are temple made. And when others take shortcuts, when others take breaks, when others take the easy way, we take charge.
We're back with Let's Talk, and I'm Darlene, and we were hit with Dr. Carey Williams. We were having a great talk on the break here. We wanted to talk a little bit about Ag Day, and please, everyone, excuse my voice. All of a sudden, we went from winter to almost summer, and obviously allergies are kicking in already, so please excuse me. But anyway, you have a great thing coming up. It's Ag Day and a horse show, and tell us all about Ag Day in general.
Yes. So actually, Ag Day, or Ag Field Day as we call it, is a small part of Rutgers Day in general. So if anyone goes on and Googles Rutgers Day, you're going to see a lot of different things. But we have Ag Field Day as part of Rutgers Day, and that's on April 27th. Everyone's invited. It's a huge open house. The whole farm, there's animal shows all over the place. We've got pigs, sheep, goats,
Wolves.
cows.
You had the wolves.
They
there
did have the
last
wolves
year.
there, exactly. But the reason why I'm here is really to all the horses that you saw, they're going to be used in a horse show. So from 10 o'clock in the morning till about noon, we have a little showmanship show. So they're not ridden, they're all used in hand. And actually, I have a little video clip of Dreamer, who was a Forgotten Angels horse that
There
we had
she
last
is.
year.
Look at that little horse.
So this is part of the horse show. You see the lady in the cowboy hat, that was our judge last year. And this is one of the students who's actually working through the different movements. And now she's getting set up.
And
Yep.
look at those braids.
Oh, the braids are gorgeous.
Unbelievable.
So yeah, the students go through different movements. Then they set their horse up for the judge to look at, and then they all get placed, and they end up being crowned champion,
And
basically,
Dreamer
of
had
the
a
horse
blue
show.
ribbon, and Dreamer was a little halflinger. She was an Amish pony who was too small, obviously, to drive her kids around. There she is.
There's
again.
her blue ribbon, yeah, with one of the students. She cleaned up really nice. Look at the cute little braids.
And she didn't want to go home. That's the problem. We went to get her on the trailer to bring her home. She did not want to leave. I think she found a buddy there. She was in love. She did not want to come home. But
Probably.
anyway, the girl is so cute. She's beaming, the girl who's doing
they all
the
get
showing.
so excited because some of these kids, like I said, they've never done a show in their life. They've never been around horses at all, and they get to do a horse show and win prizes and little ribbons and stuff. Oh my God, they get so excited.
And it must feel so good, because if you have never been around a horse, to be able to control that horse and make like what you were showing before, having the horse do formations, it's just amazing to have the horse just talk to the horse and handle the horse and get this. Some of them are 2,000 pounds. Get them to do what you want to do, and it must be really good for the students.
Yeah, so we'd love for everybody to come to the horse show. Again, that's April 27th. Every year it's the last Saturday in April, and that's Rutgers Day at Ag Field Day. So come on out. The show starts at 10 o'clock in the morning. There is so much to do. It's perfect for kids of all ages, adults. Bring your pets. You can bring your dog as long as they're on a leash.
Oh, they had everything. They have ice cream and food and every kind of exhibition you can imagine there. It was really good. They had puppies and so many different groups. They had rescues and shelters for other animals, companion animals. And I was mentioning they did have the wolves, and I can't remember the name of the group, but they have these beautiful wolves and wolf hybrid animals there doing. They're beautiful. They're just amazing. So
it's also great for students that want to possibly come to Rutgers. Anybody that's thinking of being a veterinarian, there's plenty of students and people to talk to about the Rutgers program, because I teach in the animal science department. I'm also a professor. We do a lot of research, both exercise, nutrition. We're working with therapy horses as well.
Oh, that's great.
So we have a really large faculty at Rutgers, and we're all there. You can watch a horse run on the treadmill. Our Equine Science Center.
We should have had a video of that. Next time you come on, we'll have to do that. I couldn't believe this beautiful horse running on a treadmill. Was that a former racehorse?
Yeah, so most of our exercise physiology horses are standardbreds, and a lot of them are off the track. So we get them after they might not have raced fast enough, or they might have had an injury or something. So Dr. Ken McKeever and Dr. Karen Malinowski, they're also on our faculty, and they do a lot of the exercise physiology research. My goal is nutrition. I've done a lot of nutrition research, also with pasture management. So we've got a lot going on. And if anybody wants any more information on that program, we have an Equine Science Center at Rutgers, and it's kind of the warehouse for all things equine. You can go Google Rutgers Equine Science Center, or the website's just esc.rutgers.edu. And there's so much information out there for horses, and the Equine Science Center does a great job.
Well, I noticed that when I looked at the horses there, they all look so beautiful, and it must be the nutrition, because they were so shiny, and maybe also all the great grooming, but they look wonderful. We were so excited to have our, a second horse go there this year, and we'll be going there to Ag Day, and I think everybody should come. But before we go, let's talk about sponsoring a horse in case someone just tuned in. Tell us about sponsoring and how you need the sponsors for the horses. Yeah,
so again, we have these 5 foster horses, as we call them, for only 3 months. So we really need to raise money to help keep them, their farrier care, their feed, the daily maintenance. It's $750 for the 3 months, $250 for that period of time. And on the screen, you can see my email is carey.williams@rutgers.edu. Please email me for more information. It's all a big tax write-off. We'll send you a donation letter. You'll get little updates from all of the students as how the horses are doing. You'll get photos and videos and things like that as well. And then we definitely invite you to both the meet and greet on April 30th. That's from 3 to 5. And the horse show on Ag Field Day, that's April 27th. from 10. It pretty much goes from 10 to 4, but the
Sure.
horse show ends at noon.
I think we had 4,500 people there last year. They counted.
Actually, 45,000.
45,000.
Yeah.
45. Yeah, I got my zeros there. 45,000 people go to Ag Day. It's really, really exciting.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I didn't realize there were that many people. Wow.
Yeah, there really are. And I can't say enough about all the rescues we work with as well. If anybody's interested in adopting a horse, we work with Forgotten Angels Equine Rescue. And we can pull up another picture of Robbie because, he's our star, right?
Sure, and let's also see the other one, Soldier.
Yep.
Before we go off, let's see all the horses. There's Robbie.
So there's Robbie.
He's
He's
little blanket from the toll booth. They
so
donated that.
So Robbie's an Arabian cross, and then here is Marky and Soldier. They're both saddlebreds.
They're so cute.
From the Saddlebred Rescue. Yeah, they're actually really good boys as well. They've both been wonderful. And this is actually a picture from last year. This is one of our standardbred mares. We have two of our students, both the supervisor and the student, learning how to do proper backup and different maneuvers with the horses as well. So this is just kind of leading up to Ag Field Day. This was some of our photos from last year.
Well, there's some.
And there's our show. Yeah, that was the horse show last
the white
year.
Horse. That was a beautiful horse.
Yeah, that was Baron.
Baron.
Baron was actually on lease from a farm up in North Brunswick, from Farrington Farm.
Beautiful.
So yeah, we have, and then Dreamer is actually right next to him. You can see we've got the big warm blood and then the little Dreamer
and she
with
was
him.
bossy too out in the field. The little one was the bossiest. It's so
They're
funny
always-
because even the mini horses are funny. They are bossy. They'll go up to the big horses and boss them around. Anyway, this was really great. I'm so excited because, as you can tell, I love this program. I love horses. I love Rutgers. I mean, that's our great college in New Jersey here. And I hope everybody comes out to Ag Day or for the meet and greet. And I want to thank you so much for coming on and sharing all this.
Thank you very much.
You can go to the website. You can go to their Facebook and get all the information that you need. And
email me.
and of course, email her. And this show will be on for a month or more, and then it'll also probably be on the Rutgers sites, and it will be on our Facebook pages too. So everybody, I have to say, thank you so much for watching us, and go out and adopt a horse. Bye-bye.